8. Okay, so what we have here is an item from Bethlehem Lights. This is H225072. This is the 19.5-foot 40 LED frosted wide angle light strand. QVC price of $31.02 or 3 easy payments of $10.34. And why are these great? You might see a lot of lights that look like this out at big box stores. This is Bethlehem Lights. They have the Bethlehem Lights signature on them. And we've been here at QVC for well over 20 years. We brought battery operated lights many years ago, and it was a game changer to QVC. So let me just show you the two color options that we have left. We had more colors. This one is the warm white, and this one is the cool white, as you might imagine. But they're very interesting together, too, if you picked up more than one set. So these look like that beautiful plug-in incandescent light, and these are kind of like a frosty, wintry, crisp snowfall type of a look. And now you're seeing a great way to use these. These are perfectly outdoor safe. So you can use these in the rain, in the snow, no worries there. Battery operated, nice long battery life of 600 hours. You can use these inside as well. And by the way, you can tuck those battery boxes right into those gutters. There's a nice long lead cord to those. Why do we call these wide angle lights? Well, LED lights are one directional, and Bethlehem Lights has put these beautiful little cylindrical caps on each of those lights. There's a little indentation in the center of each one that disperses the light, so they're beautiful and brilliant. And we lightly frosted these as well. So you have a really kind of a cool, different look. We also have, and let me just show you the battery box. And there's a nice, look at this, long lead to that battery box as well. So here's that battery box, and I'm going to push through some of the options here. So we have all kinds of different lighting options. This is twinkle, on different speeds of twinkle. And then we also have glisten. That's like a snow falling night or just a starry night. And we have different speeds on that glisten as well. On each one of these, we have a 6, 8, or 10-hour timer of your choosing. If you're using them inside, I would suggest using that timer. If you use them outside, and you're going to see this little tail that comes up from that battery box, okay? And that little tail is the photo sensor. So just make sure that sees the light of day. So when you set it to photo sensor and timer, you choose the timer of your choice, 6, 8, or 10 hours, and you can always override that if you want. And then these will come on for you when it gets dark out at night. So these aren't just Christmas lights. Trust me. We had ones that weren't frosted a couple years ago. I used them for my son's graduation party. I put them in a big oak tree in our front yard. I had about 6 strands, and I wound them up the sides of the oak tree, and it was magical. I put some cables under it, and it was just really a look that everyone really loved and appreciated. So remember, you can use these all times of the year, not just at Christmas time. Great battery life, though. That's 600 hours of battery life. So that's about 3.5 months of battery life on that 6-hour timer when you put a fresh set of D batteries in there. So you're going to add 3 D batteries to each one of these. But there you're seeing this beautiful sparkling and glistening of those gorgeous lights, those wide angle lights. There's about 19.5 feet of light on each one of these. So that is, I think of my living room. It's double the size of the length of this room that I'm standing in. As far as lights go, there's 40 lights on each one, and they are those LED lights that will last for tens of years. All you'll need to do is just switch out the batteries, and not even very often. But we have those 6, 8, or 10-hour timer features if you're using them inside. If you use them outside, I would suggest, although you wouldn't have to, using that photo sensor and timer feature. These also are a single mold construction, and I'll explain what that is. Each of those lights are molded right into the husk. So what's the number one problem that you have when you're undecorating or decorating is that those lights come out, but these don't. Let me come up really close to see if you can see. These lights, I can just pull them, and my finger has a little indent in it from trying to pull that out. They're not going to come out, okay? And here's the great news there. This is the end of the season. When you're ripping these off of the shrubs, like I'm the one that does the decorating inside and outside here at our house. When you're ripping those off of the shrubs at the end of the season, take the battery, even if you do take them in at the end of the season, like I said, I use mine all year long. Take those batteries out and save them for next year. But You just wrap them around this way. It's not going to get tangled up. Nothing's popping out. You don't have to be careful with them at all. And that is the beauty of these lights. Because truly, you can go out to a box store and, good luck finding something with all this capability. They don't have the Bethlehem Lights signature. You don't know what kind of battery life you are getting with those lights that you buy. With these 600 hours of battery life, you're getting 6 different lighting features, including twinkle and glisten on each one. We even have a super bright option on here as well. We have that photo sensor timer option, which is always the number one requested customer request is that photo sensor timer. It's like you have someone doing all that work for you, turning on these lights when it gets dark out every night. And you might want to keep these up in the summer. You might want to keep these up, on your deck when you're having your outdoor entertaining or your gatherings. You might want to travel with these. Are you going to the mountains at Christmas time or even in the summertime or the beach? These are small enough to fit in a suitcase, bring in your car, wind them around your balcony or your campsite. They're really, easy to travel with. Are you in any parades this year? We have a great big parade in a town nearby here every year, a Christmas parade, and everyone lights up their wagons, their trucks, their cars. The baton twirlers, the bands, they all use the lights too. So not only are they great to use at your own home for your own decorating, and they're virtually indestructible, but you can also use these in maybe some unconventional ways too. It's 19.5 feet of light, 40 LED frosted wide angle lights on here. And those wide angles are the little lenses that we put on the LED lights to make them sparkle brilliantly. I love it. We have these 2 colors left. We have the warm white right here, and there's the cool white. I'm going to just cycle through some of those lighting options on that warm white. But, I have this all right here on my table, but can you imagine what this would be like on a tree in your own home? Let me just show you. Want me to show you the lighting options here? Let's see. Okay, so here we go. There's some twinkling happening right there. And this is a fast glisten. And that really looks like snowfall or a starry night. A little bit slower of a glisten right there. And then, well, we're back on steady right now. Okay, there we go. I felt like my voice was getting a little quieter as that glisten was just slowing down a little bit there. But great battery life on here. That is a single mold construction. I showed that before. Let me actually walk up and show you that one more time. So these are little caps right there. See, they're like little cylinders. And I'm going to try to pull that out. And, I couldn't pull it out. My finger has a little indent in there. You can see I was pulling that really hard. That's a single mold construction, so those little caps will not come out. Great battery life of 600 hours too. Even if you have extension cords that you can use outside, these are a great option. Next up, we have Jordan Carson. Jordan, are you there? Hey.
Thank you so much. It is the holidays. We